On June 26, 2026, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni wrote to the Inspectorate General of Government, Lady Justice Aisha Naluzibatala, suspending Works and Transport Ministry engineers Edwin Raymond Chiaga, Dickens Ahimbisiwe, and Patrick Mulume. The permanent secretary, Wasabagea, was also sent on forced leave amid corruption allegations related to the Busega-Mpigi Expressway project. In his letter, the president also directed a probe into allegation of misappropriating funds meant for the road project and corruption. But where was General Edward Katumba Wamala when all this corruption was taking shape? Charles Etukuri interviewed the former Works Minister, who is now the Minister for Public Service, on the nature of allegations raised by the president.
I'm also against corruption. I don't at all subscribe to corruption actions, and I totally I'm in support of what Balaam and team are doing, going physical on the ground to check. Me, I like the fight against corruption, but I would like it to be real, other than just sensational. Okay, where the corruption action has been established, action is taken, and then action is seen to be taken, so that people will understand that this one is against the law. But if we're just going to sensationalize corruption, we shall fail to fight it, because if you don't have evidence, but you just use blanket statements, and then you don't pinpoint where it is, then you are not solving the problem. So I support the way Balaam. I support that Balaam is going out there, but I think it needs to be supported more. That where it is, where evidences are adduced, then the criminal department comes in, so that he's not the one who's going to take these criminals to court, but the CID and all these other organs of government now pick that up, pick the tab, and complete the process. Yes. The policy is there and the standing orders are there, but I think what is lacking, and what has been lacking and what is still lacking, is the crackdown on the culprits. But the standing orders are there. Yeah, as somebody was saying, in Uganda we are not short of laws and regulations and standards. No, it's only that we kind of gloss over them. And at times we just forget that they do exist. And when one misbehaves and no action is taken, then it becomes a routine, and then before you know it, it becomes like part of life. But otherwise, those standing orders are there. Government vehicles are, for example, every ministry has a transport officer. Every ministry. And every ministry's transport officer must know his fleet and be able to manage the fleet. So the first person whom may possibly crack on in that case is the transport officer of a ministry whose vehicles are being abused, because it's your responsibility as a transport officer to ensure that the government property and government vehicles are being used for the rightful use. No, that one is being addressed. One of the functions and one of the systems we're improving is professionalizing the public service. That, for example, you find a person has been at principal level for 10 years, 20 years, but in effect he should have moved. So the problem, I think, was because most of the systems were manual, but now we have digitalized most of the systems, so we can even monitor who is supposed to go for the next training. Now, it will be demanded on every ministry every year to give us your training and promotion plan, okay? Because in every year, that should be there. You should, the public service now, we have the public service college in Jinja, and there are provisions for you for these civil servants to be trained. So and now we are making a demand that the Ministry of Public Service alone will not be the one to address the issue of training, but every ministry, you must have a training component within the ministry, so that every year we come up with a training program for the various levels of the public servants, and we'll expect every ministry. For example, if we say the first quarter, we are going to take principal officers on management courses or change management training in Jinja, every ministry should be able to contribute to that and send personnel and also resources to be able to contribute to that training. So in that way, then we shall have the ministries addressing the issue of training and professionalizing their personnel within the ministries and the MDAs. I've been there. It's not a white elephant. Of course, part of the challenge has been the resources to it. These are things we are going to address. Most of the furniture has outlived its usefulness. We are going to revamp. We are going to ensure that the furnitures are replaced, because most of them cannot. We need more computers there, because now most of the systems and most of the management systems are digital, no longer paper, you know. So we have to train all our people in the computer. They have to be computer literate. So we need more computers, we need more furniture, but the staff is there, and even we have working relationship with the other institutions like universities and colleges. So it will become active. As we are saying now, it was a white elephant because they didn't have possibly the training programs. But so long as the training programs are there, and we're enforcing ministries to adhere to the training programs, then it cannot stand as a white elephant. Oh, that one, that has been there, but that one will not happen now. Yes. Because your file now, every public servant's file, is digital. So when you try to change the age, the system will not accept. Yes, the system will reject. I can tell you that a few days ago, there was, I think, in one of the districts, somebody was trying to recruit somebody who was below 18 years. And our system here alerted and said, this is a wrong recruitment. And so we had to stop it. Yes. So with the digitalization, most of these, what they call manyangas, will not happen, because what was happening was that somebody would know he's retiring in 2 years, then he would go back and say, the wrong data was entered in my file. I was not born 1956, I was born 1964. Now that one cannot happen. Yes. If you are changing anything, you must swear an affidavit, and it comes it's put on your record. Because when you look at our manning levels in the public service, I think the one where we could say we are fairly okay, but not yet even there, is the police. But when you look at the health services, we look at teachers in the teaching, in the education, they are all below par. Of course, we have now the service commissions, the Health Service Commission and the Education Service Commission. But also to recruit, it depends on the availability of wage, because you can't recruit unless you're going to pay. So the gaps are there, yes, because like now, the government has constructed many seed schools. All these seed schools must be filled, must be manned. Many health centers, Health Center 3s, All these health centers must be filled. We have gaps in specialist doctors, big time. But we can't fill those gaps unless we have the wage. Yes. You know, the fight of corruption cannot be just from the top. It should be. It needs every Ugandan, because you have a disservice commission. Maybe the members are asking for bribe, but I, Katumba, am not down there in Mukono. I cannot know whether they have asked for that bribe. You are the person who's going for asking for the job. You are the one being asked the bribe. The man calls you in Corin Hotel for you to pay, to give him whatever he has asked for. Now, unless you tell me, unless you raise the red flag, we can't know. So the fight must be for every Ugandan to say no. It cannot be that we the big people, even as Balaam is moving around, he will be moving this way, then the corruption will be this way, then it will be that way. So we all have to say no as Ugandans. There has been that issue of ghost employees. I don't refuse. And right now, according to maybe one of these days I should call you, and my officer takes you through the system of the human capital management system, and you see what we are doing to plug those loopholes of ghosts. But there are ghosts, for example, where you find the school needs 10 teachers. But somehow they have put 15 teachers on the payroll. But the 5 are not legal. They are not so they don't have a wage. So what the school management tries to do is to forge on how to pay these 5 teachers. Of course, for us here, they don't belong to the public service. And that's why you will find where some people are complaining that public service dropped 5 or 10 of our people. Because if you don't have the wage, then you cannot have those people on the nominal roll. To us, those would be ghosts. There is a very big change. You see, the system originally, formerly was manual. If you would go down and you see where the pension files are, the room is as big as this room, with so many racks of files. And that was creating a loophole for if Katumba is a pensioner and he comes and Balagade is the one who's there at the desk, and Katumba is looking for his file. Of course, Nyambanku Yambe was there. Give me, I go and look for your file. Now, all pensions is on digital, all. And pensioners don't have even to come here. You can even give me any pension number now, and a pension ID number. And by click of the button, I can tell you where that pensioner is and where he's going to get his pension from. So that's why you find it even here now. You don't find people there crowded here looking for their pension, because now it's automated. No, I'm very happy that IGG, and not only IGG but also Parliament, is investigating this matter, because this matter has been with us for so many years. Even the 11th Parliament investigated Busega-Mpigi Expressway. I hope that this time this comes to close, and that the IGG leaves no stone unturned and brings out exactly what is behind this project. I can't say some of the accusations are not correct, but I can also say that maybe some of the things are not factual. So, but the beauty is now the IGG will establish facts, but I hope that also when the report is done, it will become a public document, so that the Ugandans are made aware of what lied or what has been lying behind the Busega-Mpigi Expressway. And then so that they can also see, are they getting value for money or they are not getting value for money? Yes. Okay. So this project, of course, as now it's not a new thing. You know it. It was started in 2018 by UNRWA. By then, UNRWA had the mandate by act of Parliament. It was self-accounting body. It was not. It was, yes, the ministry. It was under Ministry of Works per se, but in reality, it was independent. Okay. The CEO was self-accounting. He or she would. The law was not demanding her to account to the minister or the PS of Minister of Works. They were accounting directly to Minister of Finance. So, in this Busega-Mpigi was a project which was, it's a multinational project which was supposed to facilitate trade within the region, including Rwanda, ease of transport on the Northern Corridor. So the project was being funded by African Development Bank. African Development Bank is an international bank. It is an African bank which is committing to fund infrastructure mainly. That's mainly its focus. So the project was, and as I was saying, it was contracted by UNRWA, both the civil works and also the consultancy services in 2018 and 2019. The contracts were signed. Then I think after signing the initial contract, it was realized that the alignment or the design, the alignment of the road as it was envisaged was not going to serve the purpose. Because the talk is that the other connections, connecting links to Mpigi, to Metiana, to where had not been included. And then the alignment was also going to go through very highly developed neighborhoods like Nabingo and all these other. It was going to be running parallel to Busega. I mean to Kampala Masaka Road. So the alignment was changed. Still, that was under UNRWA because, and the good thing, the beauty is that all the people who are behind all these decisions are still here. They're not gone, and they are variable, and they can be interviewed, they can be asked, and they can explain possibly the reasons why they made those decisions. So, as I'm saying, later on, of course, UNRWA comes into the ministry after the issue of the merger. You remember the big fight about mergers. And eventually in 2024, I think, 2024, UNRWA came into, in December 2024, December. UNRWA was fully merged into the ministry. So the ministry now becomes responsible for the project, because before it was not. Even the contracts which were signed, all the contracts which were signed, the minister never even saw a copy of those contracts because possibly it was not demanded by them. So when now the project comes into the ministry, in January 2025, I decide, before we go into this, I say no. Since this project has had a lot of issues, I'm not technical. Let me put up a committee of technical people to study this project and come up with and give us some advice. So I put up a committee. The committee was composed of 12 people, headed by the engineer-in-chief, with members from Engineer Registration Board and many. There were 12 engineers, very highly technical engineers. And I gave them terms of reference. And I said, what I need is you to go out to do the following. You must examine the relevant project documents, including the tender cost and the detailed breakdown of the tender rates. Conduct a comprehensive takeoff of quantities from the current approved design. Review the rates used in the pricing of the current scope of works to establish whether they are based on contract provision or not. Now, assess whether or not the current rates used in the building of the project costs are reasonable or not. So my instructions are there, and the internal memo is there, which I wrote. And the team set to work. They produced their report, and the report is here. They produced their report in April, and they gave me everything. They reported what they found. Among the recommendations, which I can just briefly talk about, because the report is big, but among their recommendations, let me see what they recommended. But among what they recommended was that for them, when they did the studies, in conclusion, they said they were of the opinion that the additional amount which had been asked for, because at first the whole project was 547 billion. Then, when the alignment was changed, and after the design review, and the amount and the alignment was changed, the cost moved to 1.3 trillion. So when they did, actually, the updated evaluation between the contractor and the supervision consultant at the time, and projected revised contract value of approximately 1.37 trillion. Yeah? And this was done in October 2024. Now, when these people finished their report, for them they said, according to them, what they found was that the project could be done at 1.10 something. And when I got that report of the technical committee, I wrote to the authorities, including the Minister of Finance. And I told them that I put up this technical report, this technical committee. They've done their report. They've made their recommendations. And their recommendations are the following. In one of the communications I made to the authorities, that the findings of the committee indicated above that says that considering numerous options available for progressing with the project, continuing with the current contractor is the most prudent and preferred option, as long as the contractor is agreeable to the committee's recommended rates used in the pricing. The committee's estimated cost is 1.018, as opposed to 1.37. This is what I put. This is in writing. So I communicated to the authorities that to be, including the the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, the Ministers of Works and Minister of State for Works for Transport, Minister of State Works for the Minister of State for Transport and Minister of State Works, because I had to, and then the Permanent Secretary. So all this I communicated to them, and this was following the committee, technical committee's report. Now, my advice to the Minister of Finance was that when we are going to negotiate with the bank for additional funding, let's use the technical committee's report as the basis for our negotiation. That's it. Whether they followed that or not, that's a difference.
So there was no response to this letter of yours?
From Minister of Finance? No, not even from the Prime Minister, not even from the... I hope that the investigations will leave no stone unturned and that it will come out clear and even be able to point where the faults were. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like on Masaka Mutukula, what was the issue on Masaka Mutukula? The issue on Masaka Mutukula is that the contractor signed a contract with with UNRA to do the road according to the designs by layer, which was done before. Now, the contractor midway comes back to say, the pavement layer, which you instructed me to do, I don't think will be good because it would wear out quickly and it will give me a bad name. So he wants to do a revision. Now, the engineer-in-chief, according to him, and according to the manuals, the engineering manuals, if a design has been done for more than 3 years, then it is subject for design review. Okay? So for him now, using those guidelines, he makes a design review to recommend a superior pavement layer. But that pavement layer was going to escalate the cost of the project. Earlier on, when we had discussed with the former Attorney General, Mr. Honorable Kiriowa, he had made his position very clear. He had said, I will not allow variations in projects because that is, by the time you come to sign a contract, you must be sure of what is going to be done. Why do you reach halfway the implementation and then you are saying you are doing variation? I will not allow variation. So as leaders in the ministry, we stuck to that. And we said, no, we are not going to do variation. Much as they are recommending a superior layer, pavement layer because of the traffic volume, but because of that guidance by the Attorney General, who is the custodian of the law, we said, no, we shall not allow that variation at this time. Let the contract be executed as it was. Then the government will make plans to ensure that this road is maintained periodically to ensure that the layer is properly, does not wear out very fast. That was the position. So that is about the Masaka Mutukula. You see, those things were there. When you merge two institutions who are working at in different environments, definitely there is it takes time for people to come together. But a lot of that depends on you, the top manager. How do you manage that environment? Yeah? Because I used to talk about it many times, telling them that I hear this, we and them, we from UNRA and them from the ministry. So I said that one must fizzle out. But human beings are human beings. You can't just bring them and shape them into... It takes time for them to... I can give you an example. I saw this when we were doing mergers in the army. Yeah? Different fighting groups, bringing them together to make them understand that you belong to the national army. It took time. Yeah? So even in this, I was aware that there were some of these, some growing, push and shove here and there. But as a manager, you can be able to manage these. And that's part of human managing human beings. Apart from my incident which happened, which I don't know whether it was by mafias, I don't know, but I mean the minister is there, he knows them. The good thing is said, he knows the people. And the best for us would do, because if they are mafias to him, they could be mafias to anybody. The best thing would be for him to reveal those mafias. Well, Enago is a headache, but it's not a headache. First of all, I think we also make him first. You remember the fight I was having, even in Parliament, for money to pay contractors. Even one time you carried the story when he was in Parliament and they said, we are giving you 1.64 trillion. It never came. That money never came. The only money we got was about 500 billion out of the 1.6 trillion. Now, all these contractors were demanding money. Enago was demanding money. What I can say about Enago, for me, I think for him, he doesn't have a big source of funding, cash flow. So it depends on what you pay him to plow back. Unlike some of the Chinese companies who have big capital, for them they can invest up to 100 billion, to maybe 50 billion, but Enago may not be having that kind of cash flow. So for him, he would wait for what we pay. Then he plows back. But the minister said that he knows people who took money from him. The contractor is there. And the minister knows these people. The best would be for him to reveal them now to the public. Give these names to the IGG and tell IGG these people took money from this contractor and that's why he was not progressing. And the contractor is there. I think he's an old Italian fellow. He's there. He can also testify how much money they took from him. Yes. Not even but I can't say I've tried to provide the information myself freely, but I've never been called by the IGG. Maybe she started at the beginning. And somewhere, when the project came to the ministry, I hope she'll invite, because as a minister who was behind it, I would be happy, and I would not feel happy if I was not also asked. First of all, I'm happy to be retiring. I think I've served. And I'm very proud that I've served my country for the 47 years. And I'm also very grateful to the President that he has enabled me to serve my country in various positions and various areas of responsibility, which has also given me exposure, different types of exposure, from the army to the police to works, now to public service. What more could I ask for? So I'm really at a time where I'm feel very comfortable to be going home, to be retiring from the army, from active service. But even if they say I act also, go home for good, I'm good to go. I think I've run my race. I can now hand over the baton to other people. For what am I going to do in retirement? If I'm still here, I'll still be a minister. If I'm not, then I'll go and do my personal things. I'm a farmer. I do a lot of farming. That's where I grow trees. So I'm busy. I'll have my time busy. So for the army, I'm very happy that we are leaving behind the professional force. Looking back where we came from, looking back at those times when we used to have half uniforms, to now people going to do parade competitions. it has been a good journey. It has been a nice, a well-lived journey. So, me, I'm happy that now the army which we are leaving behind is far more professional. I'm very happy that the CDF has concentrated a lot on training, because that's critical in ensuring that you professionalize the army. The only appeal I'm appealing to them is to all those who are remaining leadership, that we have an umbilical code which we created with the civilian population as an army, and that umbilical code should never be broken. That's what has made the UPDF a unique army, whether locally or internationally. The umbilical code we created with the civilian population. So that one must be highly guarded and secured, and otherwise the army, I think, is now in very, very good standing, both locally and internationally.
Download the app on App Store or Google Play Store now. Vision Digital Experience, the future of media.
New Vision TV. Stream smart, stream New Vision.